Good evening. My name is Priya Kishnani. I'm a clinical and biochemical geneticist at Duke University Medical Center, where I have been serving in the capacity of division chief for the past 20 years. I also head up the YT and Alice Chen Center for Rare Diseases. My area of research is really clinical and translational research, with a focus of bench to bedside and bedside back to bench research, with the idea to develop new treatments and better understand the natural history of patients with rare diseases. My focus has been really on glycogen storage diseases and lysosomal diseases. My journey actually started in 1991 as a trainee in genetics. And what really brought me to the field was the challenge that we had no treatments at the time. And what really led me to my role of expertise was the constant, which was delivering bad news to our patients and with no ability to tell them that we had a treatment. In fact, in those days, even diagnosis was a challenge, and often it was a clinical gestalt of the patient that we told them was a likely diagnosis. So this is really what brought me on to my role in terms of moving the needle of better understanding the natural history and trying to develop treatments for patients with rare diseases. The landscape of rare diseases, I must say, has changed dramatically. In 1991, when I started in the field, treatment was just being developed for one lysosomal disease called Gaucher disease. And in fact, it was in clinical trials. And now, if we see today, there are so many rare diseases where therapies have been developed. And the therapies have ranged from enzyme therapy to mRNA therapy to gene therapy to substrate reduction therapy, and now even to the idea of combination therapy. The other part is also the role of the patient voice that has also changed dramatically through the years, and the development of registries so that we can better understand the natural history. So I would say where in the past, individuals with rare diseases felt isolated, I think today there is a growing understanding, more patient organizations, and a lot of recognition, even from the level of the NIH and the FDA, and advocacy groups to advance therapies for rare diseases. So very exciting time in our field. In terms of challenges for rare disease patients globally, I would say one of the biggest challenges I feel is the inequity. It's not that therapies are available or the knowledge base is available globally, and it is more in the developed world where therapies are available, more knowledge is available. And I think that this, to me, has been the biggest issue, is access to care, access to physicians, access to knowledge, and being able to collaborate and participate with patients and physicians from around the world. For this Bridging Rare Disease Summit, I really hope to foster new collaborations to spread the wealth and the knowledge. And for all the younger people in the field, to start recognizing how they can make a difference. And you've really got to have a vision, a mission statement to be able to take this field forward. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think every year we are bettering ourselves. But I think if we can really come even closer together and realize that there are no real boundaries and we can share knowledge across the world, this is really what I'm looking forward to at this time. In terms of collaboration with physicians in India, I think I'm very proud to state that I was part of the start of the India Charitable Access Program. And that was, to me, the start of the Indo-US relationships that had started. And what started as one physician and one patient at a time has now become more of a network, and what we now call the IMAP program, which is the India Medical Advisory Board. And I think that this has just continued to grow and continued to become more and more meaningful, with allowing more access for more patients, adding to the number of diseases that we are able to work on and work towards. And I just hope that this continues, and that we have more and more of us in this cross collaboration, because what we've learned from India is so unique to patients there, and that actually has enriched our understanding of therapy development, natural history studies, etc., here in the US. And so I think to make this more meaningful, we've got to just keep growing more and more. And I think the ability to do this via Zoom, and not having to be there in person, has fostered these collaborations. I'm really hoping that we can continue to do this over time. And of course, make more drug available and more treatments available, and more participation from India and the Indian patients and Indian physicians. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity.